It's about that time. Because of time, let's jump through. Okay, now this is something I think we're all familiar with.
Right.
When it's in aspects of the mob part of things, I'm a tumona, and all we can do is just either record with our phones, shame, nini. Ama, God forbid, you hit, then you ran. Somebody's written in and says, hi Wakili, what does one do in a case of a hit and run? I witnessed one a while back. The driver accidentally hit a passerby, and the first thing she did was stop. However, another motorist told her to drive off if she didn't want to get, mobbed. She drove off. The passerby was rushed to the hospital, and I hear he survived. What does one do? Now, obviously, I love this devil's advocate bit. Remember, there was a time,
Right.
all right, and when the poor were poorer than how they are poor today. Okay, and then guys used to actually stage being hit. Remember that period? Yeah. Yani guys just used to literally get on the road in front of a moti ugongwe, yeah, so that the driver yani akulipe.
Oh yeah, the insurance whatever.
No, not insurance. They are just like you're on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting to what's this place called? GM. So you see, the traffic is a bit slow.
Yeah.
Somebody pretend to be a hooker, just gets on the road in front of you, so that you goose at them kidogo, then they fall on the ground.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh damn, snap, nini, are you okay? Nimeumia kidogo, oh pole.
But tatu utafanya nipone haraka
There
sana.
you go. There was that stage and phrase in time.
Yes.
Then if you take it further back, Kenyans, of course, they say Kenya, what do you say? Kenya kuna matiti? No, sorry, Kenya kuna matata. All right. Now, so back in the day, when you see somebody's injured,
right,
you offer to take this person to the hospital.
Yes.
As soon as you get to the hospital,
it's you now.
Bas.
Siniwa amenigonga.
Hapana. 9 times out of 10, when you're doing that person is not talking.
Right.
But the hospital will not let you go.
Yeah, you're like, you brought him in, so...
But yeah, so you are now liable. Just no, but I'm a good Samaritan. Apana. Nigga go, you see.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
But you can't exit.
Brother,
when
you're making my head spin.
You can't exit.
Yeah.
Because most horses are...
So what are they going to do then?
No, you're detained until the cops come. And God forbid that person passes on. And all you were doing was being a good Samaritan.
Very good. This is at the very crux of what I actually want to ask. Go for it.
Okay. So the question here is very simple, Baba. And then also, we know now, and especially now with the border menace.
Yes.
Make that mistake. Definitely make that mistake. We saw it. Was it Kitengela?
Yeah.
Happened to me
was
twice
early this year.
Yeah, the lady who hit about...
Oh, no chance. In fact, I was like, wow, those ones were actually going to die. But these guys are so angry that they were going to finish these people. Baba, I think it's a simple question, as in, what does one do? But there's mob justice here. There's you as the actual driver. Then let's also now, oh God forbid, some people these days, they buy their licenses. I mean, Wakili hit me, then nigga just bounced. So it looks like a simple question, but you've got like 3-4 angles to approach this one from, Esquire. So, look, how do you do this?
Oh, yes. I think today we just let Wakili Nini because of time.
Okay.
And then we will, of course, get to our points later once we've been advised.
So, Wakili, first of all, Sheria inasema nini? And then, no. Now, from which angle do we start with first?
Oh, the angle.
As the driver?
From the witness.
Okay, I saw.
Yeah, I saw. And then you go to the driver. I feared for my left. I stopped.
Yes.
But I feared for my left. Then
alafu mi ambaye nimevunjwa.
Yes.
Okay.
That's interesting. So as a witness, you have a duty to assist the state.
Sure.
Because this is a traffic offense and the state is responsible for our safety as Kenyans. And so if you have witnessed an accident, then it will only be in order for you to come out and share that information. Help us. Help the government. Help the police have the right information.
Excuse me, Esquire.
Yes.
when you say, so I have to come to like, I go to the police station, Nani, and then that's transport. Then going to court. Then, you're there court the whole day. And I'm being actually serious here. I'm sorry, are you paying me?
Part of our social responsibility is
a citizen's code.
Yes.
Somebody break out a value.
Being a citizen of this republic is to share the right information to ensure safety. Only that we don't have nyumba kumi on our roads initiative, but it will be important for you to be able to share, because what if someone has lost their life and that information is not relayed? We are not holding anyone to book by making sure that they pay for what they have done. So it's only in order for you to rush to the police station, report. Maybe you might be the only person who was safe enough and who did not get injured, so that the police can come in and do their work.
Any police station, or it has to be the nearest one? When Mombasa Road. Maybe now I'm like, hey, luckily the one I know is Mudangari.
We have police stations in nearer to us for us to be able to report to the police. And so it should be near the scene. Near the scene of the crime. Because again, you don't want to, an accident has happened on Mombasa Road, you don't want to go to Wayakiwe. Or because you are driving down to Eldoret, you don't want to be reporting this incident in Eldoret. They don't have jurisdiction to come and enforce such a law.
Yeah. So jurisdiction.
Yes.
Okay, so that is now as a witness.
As a witness.
Yeah. Now driver under section 73 of the Traffic Act of Kenya, Cap 43. There's a requirement. Cap 43. There's a requirement and a duty to stop, enforced, or rather required of all of us, duty to stop and report. And if I can read this verbatim, please.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
And I would like you to take some humor out of it.
Yes.
It says, if in any case, owing to the presence of a motor vehicle on a road, an accident occurs whereby injury or damage is caused to any person, vehicle, dog, or cattle, the driver of the motor vehicle shall stop. Underline the word shall. And if required to do so by any person having reasonable grounds for so, requiring give his name, address, and also the name and address of the owner and identification marks of the vehicle.
Hold up. Did you say person, dog, or cattle?
Yes, person, vehicle, dog, or cattle.
Okay, so you know me now, straight. Remember what we were talking about early on? So that means camels, goats, sheep. We're good to go, bro.
Yeah, we're good to go, bro.
So just doggies.
Yes.
Even these two mongrels we see on the nannies.
Yeah, cat.
So you can gonga sheep.
Yeah.
And then you put the boot and out there. And that is not an offense.
That's not an offense.
We're good to go. Okay.
So the duty here.
Yes.
If you hit any of these,
yes,
a person, a vehicle,
I didn't know about the dog though.
Or a dog.
Yeah.
Then there's a responsibility based on you to stop and report.
Wow.
So you are required to stop and you're supposed to also give your details.
Yes.
About your name, address, your car make, etc.
Yes.
So that's what is expected as you on you as a driver.
Right.
But there's a second part where if you are not able to stop, for example, you've hit somebody and they've been injured.
Yes.
And the first thing that you require to do is rush them to the hospital because their life matters.
Yes.
Then, or another scenario, you've hit somebody and you fear for your life because, let's say this was at, for example, Kangemi.
Yes.
Around the space where there are many vehicles stopping and a crowd.
Or between Prestige and Langata Police Station, Kibra.
Or Prestige, Kibra, somewhere there where, yes. Or maybe you've hit a border rider.
There we go.
And you can see the crowd is gathering.
Yes.
And they are rushing and they are coming.
Yes.
What is more important at that point is to run for your life.
Yes.
And drive away. But the law requires that within 24 hours of you running away, you need to report that incident. Go to the police station, report that you actually were involved in an accident.
So let's be clear.
Incident.
You do have 24 hours, Baba.
Yes.
I have until 5:31 Wednesday the 5th of June to get it done.
Yes.
24
So it's
hours
not
after
immediate.
the incident.
Yes.
It's not immediate. If your life is in danger, or there's the other person's life is in danger, you need to dash them to the hospital.
Bas.
You are allowed under this law for you to come or to go to the nearest police station and report.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Nowadays, in our major roads, we have the CCTV cameras.
Of course.
Yes.
So all these incidences are captured.
Right.
So suppose you do not report, then there will be a warrant issued
For your arrest. And the judge might also submit that you have no remorse.
You have no remorse. All these other things will work against you.
Yep.
Or you don't want that embarrassing situation where you have Subarus.
Yes. Coming
Coming for you. And you know it could be embarrassing because you might be a CEO, you might be an important person.
Yes.
You also don't want to end up sleeping in a cell because you don't know when that arrest will take place.
Yes.
It could take place on a Friday evening at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. where, as your lawyer, I'm not able to come and sort your bill.
Yeah. And usually with Monday being a holiday.
And that's
sometimes it could even take longer. It could take months before we track you down. So you are going on with your life 2 months down the line or 3 months down the line. And here you are.
And then they finally pounce on you.
They get hold of you. And they come as a
squad.
There
is the CCTV, and then also, and that's also why, and let's be clear, even that's why they're digitizing the number plates as well.
Yes, because
so there's no way you're going. Yeah,
we happen to have I can't remember the name, but because I have handled a situation where a client from nowhere, because of buying a stolen vehicle, or a car that had an incident that had been used for hit and run. They were just enjoying their life. They had owned the car for more than 1 year. And here the cops bounced on them. They bounced on them, and it was a lady. It was emotionally draining for them.
I can imagine.
And
there was no warning. There was nothing.
Can you imagine you have a child at the back of your seat? There is no warning. And vehicles come and stop you. So that's why it's important. And in that case, I think the person had not reported the incident, and the vehicle was in circulation. And so the cameras will always alert the head office, and they'll catch up with you one way or another.
Obviously, no names mentioned, but how did that end up? Because the car was used. How do you prove that? Safi, but I wasn't the one driving.
Well, that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day. Duty of confidentiality.
I tell you.
Yes.
So listen now. Now let's use this angle, Baba. People get involved in accidents. But they're very, in terms of their legal rights, and you know most Kenyans are not insured. Here now, I am the victim. What does the law say? What happens to I? So let's assume at this particular instance, I am unconscious. These Kenyans have obviously robbed me. For that is what we do, right? They cannot identify me. Then I wake up in Hosi. Clearly, I'm corpus mentis. I know what's going on. What do I do? And I know that the last thing I saw was you, which is what's your motor guard? Is that no that one? Okay, It was that guy who's usually in that white Tumotio is there, Konange Street, that picks up those women. So
why are you pointing at me?
No, I'm not pointing. I'm just expressing.
Look at this guy.
No. I know the car. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got in Naiju?
Naiju.
Yeah. What do I do?
So,
I'm in Hosi, Kenyatta.
Yeah.
Public hospital. Yeah. Niaje?
It's so unfortunate in such a situation because under the law, then you're supposed to report the incident. And this is where the witness, if they had reported, then the information will tie up. But if you found yourself in a hospital and you have information, one of the requirements is for you to go and present this information.
Wow. So I have to get out of Hosi.
Yeah. It would be very unfortunate if you did not recall the plate or the license number of this car, because then we are not able to track.
No, but and if I Safi, if I do.
If you do, this information will be, the police will take the information, of course, the license, will be able to get to know who is the owner. And if the witness we mentioned earlier on had made a report, then they'll be able to know on a certain day, because they keep these records.
Yes.
So these records, they know which incidences have happened along Mombasa Road or along Ngong Road or whichever road.
Yes.
So they have information on certain dates these incidences happened.
Right.
So we can track it down to a certain vehicle and get the person to book. Then they will issue out warrants and the person will be arrested.
Okay, now, Esquire, and I'm sorry, I'm going to sound so middle class in this question. Kenyans have Kenyan problems. There are footbridges all over the shop. Are we together? And they're built at taxpayers' expense. But these natives, will cross actually using the highway. Why is it an offense that if I hit them and they were not supposed to be there, Baba?
You have a duty as a driver to be careful.
Jesus.
An offense that comes out of such an incident is negligence. You're not supposed to be negligent. As you drive, you're supposed to be looking out. Human life is important. And so whether people are illegally on a certain part of the road, for example on the expressway, there are no people who are supposed to be there, but they might be there. Or let's say again,
hawking bananas.
Hawking bananas somewhere in, as you approach Mombasa, people are hawking, or somewhere near Nyeri, and people are just hawking things. You have a duty as a driver to be observant, to be careful, and to drive your vehicle in a way to safeguard the rest of the people.
And what you're saying is that if by bad luck you hit one of these pedestrians, you are liable as a driver, regardless of what they were doing, whether they were supposed to be there or not.
Yes, you are liable. Only now when we come to court and we are arguing, the liability percentage or ratio will be less if this person was the one who was also negligent. So you might be sharing the liability of this cost that will be cost.
Fair enough.
So you may find, the person who woke up in a hospital bed ended up spending 1 million shillings. For example.
Now, you see, I'm going to go to that. Yes.
I mean, I can see we don't have much time. Is it okay if I...
Please.
Look, I've got a quick question for you, right? How does the law in Kenya incentivize its citizens to come forward in the scenarios that Kwach has put forth? For example, we're talking about you've been in an incident, you're the witness. Now, Kwach has obviously talked about compensation. There is obviously the drudgery and the cost that will be involved in you going to the cops, your time. Perhaps you might be required to appear for court and whatnot. How does the law of Kenya incentivize its citizens to come forth in such cases?
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't, unless it's on a special arrangement where they really need people to come out.
And can you be subpoenaed?
You could be, in Kenya we call it summoning. You could be summoned to appear in court. And what maybe the advantage of appearing in court is the court will cater for your transport for the day. So
that's it. That's as far as they go.
Yes, that's a far. That's what will be offered, because you'll hear us in court when I have approached you to come to court as a witness, because maybe you are the co-driver or a passenger in that vehicle that caused the accident or was hit, and we requested you to come as one of our witnesses to support our case. In our practice of law, then we are able to ask the magistrate or the judge, hey, could you grant cost for the witness? Because the witness, for example, came from all the way from Kisumu. They took a flight.
Yes.
So you present the document and you say you came and you presented yourself.
Yeah.
And you spent that amount of fare.
That's why I live in Mandera.
Where there are no incidences.
No, that's where I live. So see, it's transport to and fro. It's like 50,000 by road. So okay, so we'll talk about victims' comp, Baba.
Yeah,
Esquire. So obviously you'll tell me insurance, yeah, but like there are so many tricks of the trade. Like if you do know, like right now, if you have an MVA. Make sure if you're a guy who catches fights, make sure you go to the bar and you pay all your bills in cash.
Educate me real quick. What is MVA?
Motor vehicle accident.
Oh, right.
Yeah. If you're going to the bar, just buy everything in cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what these assessors will do, they'll go through your M-Pesa statements. Lakini huyu jana alikuwa anakunywa pombe. On the day before, on that day, he was drinking. So
you're giving them an out.
Yes. Okay. But now victims comp. How do we get compensated? And we're talking about in the here and now. Because I wake up in Hosi, I won't leave until the bill is paid, bruv. You understand?
Yes.
And not that they're listening, but let's say on the same WhatsApp group as that Burundian hawker of peanuts. I'm stereotyping, man.
Right.
Okay. Maybe it's hawking.
But it's allowed.
So if you're a victim, you found yourself in the hospital, you of course made a report, an abstract has been issued, you've gone to the doctor, medical report has been issued, a P3, you've taken that P3, you've indicated that you suffered injury, you are an employee who earns X amount
real quick,
of money.
What's P3?
Hey, my friend.
It's a form.
It's a police officer.
Oh, right.
Yes. And so once you have presented it and you go to court, the court will make sure that under a Fatal Accident Act of Kenya, that you are the cost that you incurred in the hospital, we call them special damages, are refunded if you show evidence. So if you you admitted and maybe you got some screws on your bones,
yes,
such things.
To X-rays.
This crazy, enormous fees that you have to pay. They'll refund back to you.
Yes.
Because you're going to insert your receipts. Again, if this incident has cost you a disability for a certain period of time, which is going to affect your livelihood and how you make a living, then you'll be awarded damages. We call them general damages, depending on how well you're able to show that historically there's a precedent and the court has always awarded X amount of damages for certain injuries. So if loss of hearing or your limbs, then the court has already set. There's a precedent somewhere that has already been set for a certain amount of money. And even in worst case scenarios, if a life is lost, the dependents will get awarded. And especially the law only provides for dependents to be your parents and your children and your wife. You cannot go to court as a sister and a brother and say loss of dependency. Once you indicate that, and your life expectancy, let's say, was you are maybe 40 years of age. Life expectancy in Kenya is 60 years. You had 20 years to work in Kenya, and you are making, let's say, 30,000 shillings per month. For that period, the court is going to force the person who is liable, in this case, you who was driving, to provide this amount of money in millions of shillings. So when you do the totals of this amount, you may be ordered by the court to pay, let's say, 15 million in Kenyan shillings for causing or for dangerous driving, causing injury, causing harm you'll be cost to pay that amount of money, and that's why people should have insurance.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now you see which insurance? Which insurance, Baba? Thank you. Hey.
Is it a TPO
life
or
insurance?
That party.
That party.
Oh.
Now this is now obviously so finally, because man, our brother he could stay here forever. So that is clearly why I would duck. That's why, honestly, I'm hitting and running.
You can't run.
Yeah, no, we've clarified it, but now we shall be catched. Let's just be clear, we shall be quoted. But now, what is the immediate? And you said it. The Subarus are coming. When they arrest me and they take me to a cop shop, what is it that they're going to charge me with, and what am I liable to spend inside for? I'm assuming this person did not pass on.
So in this scenario, this might be dangerous driving.
Yes.
Yeah, and negligence, and so they will charge you with that one. And now,
but you get me off, right?
Depending on what you have. Well, there are defenses we can raise.
Yes.
If you are the one who was running.
Yes. Yes.
And the first one we could use is we may go for mental assessment.
Yes. You see now, he's saying I'm Boiro. So that I like this.
We could go for that. We could show that again.
Yeah.
If you cause an accident from that your motor vehicle was faulty. You know, today I was talking to a friend cop of mine.
Yes.
Shout out to her name is Esther.
Yes. Hey Esther, Afande.
Guys,
be respectful. Say hello.
Hello Esther.
They get you off.
Yes.
If a motor vehicle was faulty.
Right.
You are driving a faulty vehicle.
Right.
And that happened. Maybe your brake system wasn't working.
Yes.
And you ended up in that accident.
Yes.
Well, we could use that. But then you should have maintained a vehicle.
Exactly.
That was roadworthy.
That makes sense. I've just got one last bit.
Yeah, time, huh?
Now, we've also seen a component of mob justice. Have we ever had a case where people who have either instigated or participated in mob have been brought to justice by the prosecutor?
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
The border guys, not too long. Oh, you were away. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, we have had them. As he says, the border guys.
These ones of Kitengela, these ones who early in the year, when there's a drunk woman who was allegedly, she hit and ran one of their colleagues, and then lo and behold, she didn't know that there was traffic up ahead. Then they catched up with her, and they did touch her.
Right.
She was slightly injured. Mm-hmm. But let's say the vehicle is now a Rubik's Cube. Okay. So those, like you said, lights, camera, action.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All of those guys who caused damage to that vehicle, they're in court the next day.
So they are arrested, and they have to prove, again, the standard of proof that they were not liable.
Right.
So get yourself off.
It wasn't
Come
me.
up with, what do you used to call it? That you're in another place.
Yeah.
Alibi.
An alibi that you are away, you are not at this point of the incident.
Yeah.
And so it's possible for you to
get prosecuted.
If
you participate in mob justice.
in it. But quite on your question about the defense, sometimes visibility could be a defense. Like when I was getting here, it was raining heavily on the road, and the visibility wasn't that clear. Sometimes even how well lit the road might be, and you're driving somewhere down in Makueni on those curvy roads. So you could use a lot of defenses to get yourself off.
It's a good one. I like that. So, oh man, we've got to love him, but he's got to leave us. He is one more time. What's your handle there, Esquire Baba?
Wakili Ngugi on X, Eliud Ngugi on Facebook, on LinkedIn.
We're going to have to let you go. Thank you so much. You've got places to be and people to see. Esquire, partner, Ngugi Mburu Advocate Eliud Ngugi Esquire, thank you so very much. Kamakweda.
Thanks
for making time to come through on what we now call his Legal Tuesday. But this is the thing. You've heard what Esquire's had to say. He's broken it down. Yanni's dissected it a good one.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Spice FM.